The apartment. On this is the story of Naya and the apartment that should never have been rented. The listing. Nia found the apartment online. Cheap rent, central location. The word cozy stood out in the description. The photos were dim, but somehow charming. Old wood floors, high ceilings. She ignored the building's faded facade. She even ignored the strange graffiti spray-painted near the entrance that read, "Do not enter." First impressions, the landlord was odd, thin, hunched over, eyes like dark, empty holes. He handed her the keys without a smile, without even looking at her. Then he muttered, "Don't mind the noises." Naya laughed it off. She was excited, not scared, not yet. Strange smells. The apartment smelled like damp wood and iron, old rusty iron. She tried air fresheners, candles, anything to mask it. But at night, the metallic scent became stronger, thicker, almost choking. The scratching. Late one night, Nia was unpacking boxes in her bedroom. That's when she heard it, scratching, on the wooden floor, soft, deliberate, coming from the living room. She told herself it was just the building settling, old pipes, old wood. But the sound followed her wherever she went. Shadows in the corner. She began noticing shadows that didn't match any objects in the room. At first, she thought it was her imagination, stress from the move. Then one night, a shadow moved, independently, slowly, following her across the room. Whispers. She began hearing faint, almost inaudible. "Get out! Get out!" At first, she blamed the wind rattling through old vents, but they became clearer, each night, louder, and they were calling her by name. The mirror. Her reflection started acting. Strangely. Sometimes it lingered when she walked away. Sometimes it smiled when she didn't. Once, she saw it move, and she was standing perfectly still. Books fell from shelves, doors slammed without wind, her keys disappeared and reappeared in impossible places. The apartment was alive, but it wasn't friendly. The first message scratches appeared on the bedroom floor, deep, deliberate, carefully etched into the wood. L-E-A-V-E. Nia panicked, but tried to rationalize it. Old buildings, rodents, stress from work. She was lying to herself. Locked in. When she tried to leave, the front door wouldn't open. The lock refused to turn. Windows jammed. Even the elevator refused to work. The building was trapping her inside. The figure. That's when she saw it. A pale, gaunt figure, standing at the top of the stairs. Black voids where eyes should be. A grotesque, impossible smile stretched across its face. It didn't move toward her, but she felt its gaze, pinning her to the floor. The voices multiply. The whispers became dozens of voices, chanting over and over. "Stay, stay, stay." Panicked, they echoed through the walls, inside her head. Naya couldn't think. She couldn't breathe. Nightmares. Sleep offered no escape. Every dream was the apartment, warped, endless. Hallways stretched forever. Doors led to ceilings. Rooms folded in on themselves. And the figure was always there, just watching. The landlord's secret. Desperate for answers, she searched for the landlord. In a locked drawer, she found a notebook filled with names, previous tenants, and dates. All had disappeared. All had been here. The crawl space. A hidden door led to a crawl space beneath the building. Inside, the walls were covered in scratches. The beautiful school that never let go. Opening. Everyone admired Blackwood Academy. It stood on a hill outside town, elegant and old. Its red brick walls glowed warmly in the sunset. Ivy climbed the buildings like loving fingers. Those tall, arched windows, They reflected the sky like polished mirrors. From a distance, it looked like a dream. The kind of school parents bragged about, the kind students felt lucky to attend. But dreams can rot. I learned that on my very first day. A perfect first impression. The gates of Blackwood Academy were massive, iron arches decorated with roses carved into the metal. As I walked through them, the air felt different, heavy, quiet, too quiet. Students smiled as they passed me, perfect smiles. Their uniforms were neat, their faces calm, but their eyes? Empty. Not unfriendly, just hollow. A girl with long black hair stopped beside me. "You're new," she said softly. "Yes," I replied. "It's beautiful here." She smiled wider. "That's how it starts." Before I could ask what she meant, the bell rang. The sound echoed unnaturally long, like it was ringing inside my skull. The classrooms that watch. Inside, the school was even more beautiful. Polished wooden floors, golden chandeliers, walls lined with old portraits of former students and principals. Their eyes followed me. I told myself it was just imagination, until one portrait blinked. In class, the teacher never wrote on the board. She simply stood still, staring at us. When a student answered incorrectly, the lights flickered, and the student vanished from their seat. No scream, no sound, just gone. No one reacted. When I whispered, "Where did he go?" the girl beside me pressed her finger to her lips. They didn't pass. The locked hallway. At lunch, I noticed a hallway blocked by a velvet rope. Unlike the rest of the school, it was dark. No windows, no light. "What's there?" I asked. The room went silent. A boy finally answered, "That's where the beautiful students go." "Beautiful?" He nodded slowly. "The school likes beauty, talent, obedience." I laughed nervously. "That's a joke, right?" No one laughed back. The mirrors. The girls' restroom was spotless, glowing under soft white lights. Mirrors lined every wall. Too many mirrors. As I washed my hands, my reflection smiled. I did not. It leaned closer, eyes blackening. Its mouth opened wider than humanly possible. "Stay. You belong to us now." I ran out screaming, but in the hallway, my scream was silent. Night detention. That night, I was given detention for wandering thoughts. The classroom filled with students who had broken rules I didn't understand. Some cried softly. Some smiled peacefully. At midnight, the walls began to breathe. The portraits crawled out of their frames. The principal entered, tall, thin, with a face stitched together like borrowed skin. "Blackwood Academy," he said, "feeds on promise." He pointed at a girl. The floor opened. Hands pulled her down. She thanked him before disappearing. The truth beneath the school. I escaped into the basement. There, beneath all that beauty, was decay. Skeletons in uniforms, class photos nailed to flesh-covered walls, a massive heart, beating in the center of the room. The heart of the school. Names were carved into it. I found mine. Still fresh. Graduation day. The next morning, the school looked more beautiful than ever. Flowers had bloomed overnight. Music played softly. It was graduation. Only half the students remained. The principal smiled proudly. "You've done well." I felt something inside me. Calm.
happy. I stepped onto the stage. As my name was called, I realized the truth. Too late. Blackwood Academy doesn't kill you. It keeps you. If you ever see the school. Years later, people still admire Blackwood Academy from afar. They say the students look perfect. The smiles look real. The building looks alive. And sometimes, late at night, if you listen closely, you can hear the school calling your name.